A lot to get to, but on this concern about political violence or angry rhetoric, I know the president himself has survived these 2 attempts on his life. You've talked to us about those risks to him. And then we had this killing of Charlie Kirk just a few months ago. Is the president holding himself to the same standard that he is asking of others when it comes to dialing back dangerous rhetoric?
You know, everybody knows that the president is famous for his unfiltered social media. But if you take at face value the idea that calling your opponents traitors and then specifically saying that it warrants the death penalty is reckless, inappropriate, irresponsible. There are a number of other ways to describe it, but it's not something that is helping the country heal wounds. I think it stirs things up, and really, I think we can do better.
Well, on the Homeland Security front, I understand you are chair of that committee, and so you have some insight into some of these domestic threats. It's not just these Democratic lawmakers. We saw out in the state of Indiana, 4 Republican state senators were targeted by swatting threats amid President Trump's public pressure on them to redistrict their state. Just a few weeks ago, we did see one of the convicted January 6 rioters, who was then pardoned by President Trump, arrested for threatening to kill minority leader Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, are we at the point here where it's not just unfiltered social media posts, but truly dangerous rhetoric?
Well, you know, I've been on the receiving side of this. Even my father, who's been retired for some time, has been on the receiving end of swatting. Police are called, says there's an emergency in the home, and the goal is to, have someone draw a gun and be killed as the police come in supposedly to rescue someone who's not really in need of being rescued. So I think both sides have been doing this, and I think the language on treason and traitors, both to Republicans and Democrats, is, as I said, reckless, inappropriate, irresponsible.
Do you think so one of the other developments we've seen just over the weekend is that Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican from Georgia, just a staunch supporter for so long of the president, has said she is going to step away because she's paid such a public price for some of her positions. Do you think there is room in your party for disagreeing with President Trump?
I think it's important that we have independent voices. So I'm sad to see her voice go away or potentially go away. I think that she brought up something in the last week or so that was very important. What is the Republican plan for health care? So I've engaged the president on this, and I'm putting forward my own plan. But in my plan, what it allows for is people to buy their insurance through a collective, basically to buy their insurance through Costco or Sam's Club or Amazon. And mine is the only plan out there that would actually drive prices down. But that's what an independent voice will help in our country, independent voice within the Republican caucus, not to see things always inside the box, but to think of some out-of-the-box solutions. So I think independent voices are important in the Republican Party.